Welcome back to another episode of Real Legends Podcast. I'm your host, Bo.
I'm Dan.
And tonight's movie is On the Waterfront, starring Marlon Brando.
I thought it was awesome. Seriously, I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sweet movie.
Awesome movie. I've liked this movie since the first time I saw it. I just guess, like, after we've done this show for a while and, like, going back and looking at films like Project Hail Mary, where the character is not masculine at all.
Oh, right.
And then seeing this, it's like, Terry's a heavy hitter, man.
Dude, the contrast is insane.
And, like, all the men in this movie, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, this was, like, I think every, like, Gen Z kid should go watch this movie.
Seriously, there is some testosterone in this movie, dude. Holy cow.
Yes, you're getting out what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could argue that it's too much, and maybe it's a good thing that maybe we toned a little bit down.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, this is a very masculine movie.
Yeah, man. Before we get into more thoughts on the movie, anything come up with movie news or anything you want to share? I watched the trailer to that Backroom movie you were talking about. Mm-hmm. Man, that looks kind of creepy, dude. It's like
a little freaky.
It's just like alternate dimension / like it's what would you call, like, found footage where they're like walking around with a camera and like investigating, and sometimes they're showing the POV of like the camera. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like not as nice and good, like Blair Witch Project kind of thing. And, like, they're going down these weird holes. And he's like, pull me back. I'm just like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's freaky.
There's that mannequin standing at the end of the hallway. He's like, pull me back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it looks kind of creepy.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll watch it, but I did see the trailer and I was like, dang, that actually looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, that does. Other than that, I don't really think I have anything that I've been thinking about or seen. Yeah, man. Other initial thoughts for me, it's black and white, 1954, and it obviously looks and feels different than movies we have today, but overall it worked really well for me.
I agree.
I thought the acting was good. The camera work and lighting and things, I mean, overall are, they're obviously aged, dated, but
there's a few moments where, like, they're filming one thing and then the camera angle changes and it's very clear that they, like, totally moved. And the angle's, like, totally off, and that kind of takes you out a little bit.
Yeah, they do some of these, like, cuts, and with the different angles of the shots of the same kind of part of the scene, and they stitch it together, and it kind of feels a little jarring at times. Yeah, definitely. Very, like, even though it's black and white, I almost wanted to use the word vibrant, but maybe the better word is, like the shot with all the guys at the end that we just saw. Like, all their faces, they're watching. Mm-hmm. It's just like, wow, this just feels like real. Like, this feels like this is just recording of, like, real people doing real things. And it just has some sort of, like, textile realness to it.
Yeah. Well, like, you look at the streets and they're dirty and grimy and everything's, like, wet. And you can see when they breathe, you can see that it's actually cold outside. Right. You can see their breath because it's actually cold outside because they're filming outside in a real port, and the boat in the background is a real boat. Like, this isn't a set. They didn't make this. None of this is CGI. This is all filmed for real. And they, like, hook the little hooks on their shoulders like they would have, and they talk like they would have, and like these 80-year-old dudes are showing up to throw boxes around, and it's just like, dang, this is a hard movie. Yeah. This is, like, these men are tough, strong dudes, and you see I don't want to get too far into it, but just the scene where Pop is in this little apartment and he's in his 80s, right? And he's still working, and he has this trash apartment, but he just wants to, like, help his daughter. It's like, man, that guy is, like, real, Yeah. Like, he's a real character. It's a real, like, you meet someone like that and you'd be like, yeah, that's a real person, Right. It's felt very, like, what you're saying, like, it's very real.
Yeah, it's not like a persona or a character. It's like, feels real. And it's hardcore. That's the word I was looking for at the very beginning of this movie, I think. Like, dang, like, this movie, you said the word hard, but it makes me think, like, man, these guys were hardcore.
They were.
And this movie is as well. Whew. Yeah. Well, I guess we can, unless you have any other initial thoughts you want to hit on music or anything else.
I like the movie. I think it works for me as well. It's actually one of the few movies that I would like to see remade. I think that if Hollywood did it, it would suck. and they would make all the masculinity just disappear in an instant. They would make the preacher not actually like a moral person. They'd replace it with some like gay activist or something. Like they would ruin all of the good stuff, but like the message and the story and the characters and the plot in this movie are like 10 out of 10 for me. But the camera work, the obnoxious music, the kind of bad acting, the not being able to hear audio very well, the weirdness of like just kind of the limitations of what they had with acting at that point was not a 10 out of 10. So it's hard for me to be like, I love this movie, but I feel like I could love the movie if they fixed some of the smaller details. That makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It makes you wonder, like, is anyone making movies like this anymore? Is anyone making something that has the same spirit as this, but modernly, like you're saying? And if so, why not? Why aren't we making stories like this anymore? Why aren't we telling stories like this anymore? And that actually has been something I've been thinking a lot about. I can't argue with what you're saying, but also I see it as something that's like, you know, Princess Bride when he says, there's a shortage of perfect breasts in the world. I'd be ashamed to ruin those, right? It's like the same with this movie. It's like, it'd be the same shame to ruin it if you remade it.
Well, literally, if you gave this to a modern Hollywood director, say very few directors, they would just absolutely ruin it.
Yeah.
And they would change all the writing.
And there's usually a lot of producers and production companies that are putting their hands on it, and that's why.
Yeah.
Right.
And they would just throw in tons of stupid political agendas. They would get rid of all of the manliness. Literally, I guarantee you they would replace the priest with some other like stupid activist.
Don't doubt it. Well, let's get into spoilers. The movie opens up with the shot of the waterfront and the big steamboat right out on the water, which I thought was a cool shot to start off with. Gives us a good sense of what this movie, where it takes place, and we're just thrown into the world right away. Then we're introduced to Terry, who's sent out to do something. We don't know what. He goes and yells at for a guy. Next thing you know, wham, bam, some guy named Joey's dead.
Yep.
And we're off to the races.
Basically, the premise, you've got this dock that's ran by the mob. And so these people aren't getting a fair wage because the mob is controlling the union. And the union is supposed to be there to make sure the mob is busted. But the police force is clearly understaffed, and the mob has all the control. And so the mob is reigning with terror, and we don't really know what happened to Joe, like why he gets killed, but he does.
He was going to give information about the mob.
Yeah.
He'd gone and testified already.
So you see right off the rip, the mob is not playing games. And Terry is like, he's not really like against them, but he's not really like for them. He's kind of just like wishy-washy with it.
Yeah, his brother's in the mob, so it's kind of like by association, he's just caught in the middle.
Yeah. The really beginning of the story is when you meet the priest, and he actually kind of like tries to organize like some rebellion against the mob, gets the guys into the church, and then the church gets like ransacked by the mob.
Yeah.
They throw bricks through it. They have no respect that it's a church. They start whacking people with sticks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dang, the mob does not want anyone to say anything. And no one says anything. No one in the congregation admits to anything that the mob had did to the preacher, but he's like trying to get them to start, and that gets his church totally wrecked.
The players in this movie got to decide, are we going to stand up against the mob, or are we going to just keep getting beat down? And you said the preacher is really trying to motivate people like, hey, is this how things really happen here? Is this how things are run? Are you guys just going to lay down for this? Or are you going to stand up and do something? So it's kind of the struggle of like Terry caught in the middle of that. You know, some people saying, keep your mouth shut, play dumb. That's the mob telling him that. And the people like the preacher who's standing up to the mob saying, hey, you guys got to do something. Take back your union, take back your work and your rights, and do the right thing, because one of your own was killed, and you can't just lay down for this. You got to stand up for it. You got to stand up for what's right. And that's really the big struggle through the whole movie.
Yep.
Along with introducing the love interest.
True.
Which makes things a little more difficult for Terry, because now, he has someone who's really pushing him with wanting justice for her brother and seeing something in him that everyone else calls him a bum, and she sees more as far as like
exactly
just like I think you're a big sweet brawny man.
Well, it's the classic Beauty and the Beast. Like, yes. This beautiful woman who just wants to help people. Her entire personality is to serve and to be kind and to be generous. And she's been raised with nuns, and so she's all about helping people. And then there's that scene where her dad is like, the only cat that you wanted to keep was the really gross one with 6 toes, and I hate this thing, and you only want to like help things that are like miserable and can't take care of themselves. And so she sees Terry as kind of the cat with 6 toes.
Right. Like, she turns around and says to her dad, he wants to see me again.
Yeah. Not to mention he's very masculine and tough.
Right.
So that doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But like she sees a lot of potential in him that she could potentially change him. And honestly, I think that their romance is the part that made me kind of cringe the most. Because he does not treat her well, and she like stands her ground a little bit, but like all he has to do is like grab her and kiss her, and then she's like, okay. It's just like, bro, that is not.
Yeah. I will say, I think like the part that I do appreciate about it is like, in my mind, what was going on through part of that relationship was like this is why men need women. Like we need that side that sees like, oh, like, well, shouldn't we all care about each other? Shouldn't we all be looking out for each other? And Terry's like, every man for himself. And she's like, well, like, and what do you care about what my past or history is or my story is? She's like, well, I thought we should all care about each other and we should be helping each other. And like, so it's like you got the two sides. You got the masculine and the feminine, and like you need some of both to balance out. Like I think men in general, and this is my stance, and I haven't changed it for a while, like men will only rise as high as women expect them to be. And if women are like, I want a good man who has good morals, who's going to do the right thing, and a majority of them or all of them say that, then men have to really shape up, or else you're not going to be with a woman.
It's true. It's vice versa too. But he really, really wants to be with her, and she's like, okay, well then you need to be better. And he's like, well. And then slowly but surely,
very conflicted, yeah.
Slowly but surely, he kind of is persuaded by her to be better. And it's also like by the preacher.
I was going to say that, by the priest.
Yep. And by the, like, all his kind of his circumstances, and he kind of sees how his brother treats other people. And then finally, like, I want to actually get to one scene before I jump into this one. There were 2 scenes in the movie that I really, really liked. I love the preacher scene when he's down after Dugan gets killed.
His monologue.
Dude, it's
in the belly of the ship.
It's so good. Such an amazing speech.
Yeah.
All about Jesus Christ.
Here with you. And
how Jesus is with you and you need to look to him. And when you look to him, you'll have courage to do what's right. Like that whole thing was just like, man, this is so cool.
And like, I like what he says is the crucifixion wasn't just on Calvary. It's whenever one of your brothers gets killed, that's a crucifixion. Mm-hmm. Whenever you keep your mouth shut and don't do the right thing, that's a crucifixion.
So good.
And it's like, whoa.
Yeah, dude. And his monologue was long too. Like it was so good. I just wanted it to keep going. I was like, oh, this is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, he really stands up.
It was cool to see like a group of men completely silent, just listening to the word of God. You know, like all of them stop working while the preacher's talking, and some guys were like throwing stuff at him, but he just keeps going.
Yeah, the mob guys.
And like all the workers are just still listening.
And even Terry gets to him to where he's like, no, like, don't do that. Let him finish. And then the guy's like, I'm going to throw something else at him. And Terry starts punching him. It's like, it's awesome. Dang. Even Terry, he's like, you know, it's getting to him.
Mm-hmm. It's so cool to see like the word of God. Because I think that really is, it's a combination between Edie, his girlfriend, and the preacher. Both of their messages of like, you know what you did was wrong. You just need the courage to do what's right. And he's still on the fence until the scene with Charley.
Right.
and Charley tries to shake him down in the car.
Yep.
And Charley's a good dude. At least
trying to be.
As good of a dude as you can be in a gangster situation.
Right.
Terry's like, bro, what do you mean? Like, I'm not going to do this. You're my friend. And then Charley in a moment Charley in a moment of weakness and also empathy gives the gun to Terry, but then that ends up getting Charley killed. And then when Terry finds Charley's body, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Things are about to change.
What was your other favorite scene you were going to mention?
Those two. The preacher and then the scene where
Scene in the car.
Scene in the car, yeah. And then when he finds the body.
Yeah, both very good scenes. Yeah, this is a heart-wrenching movie because I assume you caught on, right? The whole thing is like Terry was a boxer and he's very promising, but his own brother and the mob were like, hey, you're going to take the dive on this fight so that we can win a bunch of money, or maybe even not even that much. I don't know. Maybe it was a lot. But that cost Terry the chance to actually fight for the title.
I could have been somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm a nobody. I'm a bum.
Yep. And that's like heart-wrenching that your brother, your older brother, like, you should have looked out for me just a little bit. Like, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also just can't go wrong with the gangster accents throughout this whole movie, dude. I just love listening to it. They sound so awesome. Just these like rough, tough dudes.
Do you remember this guy? What other movie we watched with him?
I feel like he looks super familiar.
12 Angry Men.
He's the racist.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah, he's good. Lee J. Cobb. Yeah, I also like a lot the monologue scene, the preacher. Just his whole character in the movie is just awesome.
Yeah.
He's like he's actually what he is, right? It's like, oh, well, yeah, he's the father, but he is like, he is the witness of Christ, right? He's obviously like that. It's like, yeah, it's what else would you expect from a father in a movie? But yeah, but he is, I don't know what I'm trying to get at. I guess like,
I think in most movies that we watch today, or even for the last 30 years, people who are religious are kind of seen as stupid, or like they just give like occasional pieces of advice.
Right.
Where like they're not like a major character who influences people's morality. They're just kind of like, I'm in trouble, and the priest is like, well, I know you can do it, sonny.
Right.
And it's like a brief moment, but in this one, it's like, dude, the preacher is like he is like the moral compass of the entire community.
Yeah, along with Edie.
True.
Because even she influences him, right? Because at the very beginning, he's like, what happens at the very beginning? Something happens where
he says that that she shouldn't be interested in her dead brother. Just let the law take care of it, or something like that.
Yeah, and it's something that happens to where she basically like motivates him to be like, you should be doing more. Like if not here, where are you supposed to be? Hiding in a church? Like, what kind of saint hides in a church? Like, and that really pushes him to be like, wow, you're right. Like, if I really stand with Christ and I stand for moral goodness in the world, like, I need to be on the front lines. I need to be out.
And he does.
Helping my brothers. And he completely makes an arc right then and just makes a choice and starts battling for his brothers from there on out. Yep. And testifying of Christ. And whew.
And you see the fruits of his labor, really, like, at the end, like, you see the bloody Terry coming up and all those guys go back to work. And it's like, wow, that was so cool. Like, all because of...
Yeah, he does, like, kind of like the redemptive work in a way, right? Where it's like he helps Dougal go to testify, but he gets killed. And then he helps Terry, right? He has this line I liked, actually, where he's like, you know what I'd do if, and he's like, no, like your conscience got to tell you what to do.
True.
Like you can't do what I tell you to do. You need to do what you know you need to do. And I like that part too, because that's like, that's theological to me. Yeah. Like
that's what the best,
God can't make us do things. Yep. Like he just wants you to do them because you know they're right.
Yep. That's the best spiritual leader, is the one who doesn't tell you what to do, but gives you the right ideas and then lets you make that decision for yourself.
Yeah, it teaches you correct principles and lets you govern yourself.
Ah, excellent.
Well,
good movie, dude.
Yeah, solid movie. I'm trying to think of other parts of the movie that I want to hit on, but maybe this will refresh our memory as we hit our story questions. I'm interested to hear this from you because I feel like you're leaning some different ways. Whose story is it? What do they want? What do they ultimately need? And does the movie make us care?
Well, it's Terry's story. What he wants, at first, he just kind of wants to bum around. He just doesn't really want to accept responsibility. The scene where he's talking about, like his brother's like, you got to get some ambition. And he's like, oh, I was hoping that I could wait a little bit longer before I did that. Like, he just wants to live the life of kind of a spoiled boy. He never really works. He's looking at the Playboy magazine when he should be working. Like, he just wants to have a good life and just kind of let people do whatever they want.
I'm going to push back against that. I think, like, why that kind of is the situation for him is because he did have something he liked. He liked pigeons and he liked fighting. And true. The fighting got taken away from him. And so now it's just like, if you don't have good influences around you, that can really shape your life, right? You take Terry and you put him with people that looked out for him and he got his chance at the title, like, who knows where he'd be, right?
Right.
He might be somewhere else doing something else. Maybe it's not like he just wants to be bumming around. I feel like it's like, well, I've kind of been pushed, like, you know, my chances got taken away from me, and now I'm just like here, I guess.
The opportunities were taken away from him.
And John Friendly owns everything, so it's like, well, I guess I'm just like either under his thumb a little bit, where it's a little easier, you know, playing D&D, dumb and deaf, or I'm dead, so I guess I'm playing dumb and deaf.
Yep.
So yeah. But continue. What do you feel like?
I get what you're. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying though. Like, he's only complacent now because the things that he did love were taken away from him. So he's just kind of like, okay, well, guess I'm just here now.
Yeah, he's kind of bought into the same thing everyone else has. The mob has us bought.
Yep.
Like, we're under their thumb.
I'm just gonna kind of live on my own. His first conversation with Eddie is kind of like that. He's like, well, who cares, you know? Everybody's just, you know, in it for themselves. Every man for himself. Just like, such a I don't care attitude. But then what he needs to do is he needs to actually adopt some responsibility and tell the truth. That's what he needs. Yeah. Yeah. It's easier since you went first, but I'll give my 2 cents too. Like, yeah, I think he, from the movie, because since it really sets it up fast with him being complicit, it's like he wants to just be like, hey, everyone forget about this murder, like, I don't know nothing. Like, that's what he wants, is like, just everyone move on. Yeah. And
then what he needs to do, ultimately what you're saying, is he needs to do the right thing and testify of what he knows happened.
Yeah.
He knows what happened. He needs to stand up and say something.
I agree.
And he does, which is awesome. I mean, it is sad that it took all the way to getting his brother killed. But, you know, he does arc throughout the movie. He makes little progressions. Even when talking to the father, he's like, you know, he's like, why don't you go tell Evie right now? He's like, you know what? I think I will. Right? And he does. And he goes and talks to her, tells her the truth. And it was hard, but it was the right thing to do.
And she got over it after he freaking kissed her. So stupid.
Well, I like what she says, right? She's like, I never said I didn't love you. I just want you to go away right now. Like, she's emotionally distraught, right?
And then
the person she's falling in love with knew and was complicit in a way with her brother dying. So.
Yep. And then he freaking grabs her and she just doesn't stand a chance. It's just like, jeez, man. Reminds me of the kissing scene from Rocky with Adrian. Just very like, oh, this makes me really uncomfortable.
Does the movie make us care?
I cared.
Yeah, a lot. I really wanted Terry to do the right thing.
I like Terry's character a ton. He's a little turd at the beginning, but you're still like, you're rooting for him the whole time. You want him to do well. You want him to do what's right. And he does.
Yeah.
Unlike exactly. Godfather Part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that was brutal. Brutal movie. But yeah, on the waterfront, let's go ahead and give our scores and rate it as a legend or letdown.
I think it's a legend, and I'd give it an 8.
Absolute legend.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Oh man, scoring this thing. Yeah, I'm at least an 8 on it. I think I'm probably... Oh man, I think I might fall an 8.5 on it. I liked it a lot. I think it's amazing. Like we talked about, the themes, the story. We need more movies like this, right? I guess today maybe this... I don't know. Did you feel like the stuff with Father Barry, did it come off? Did the movie overall come off preachy?
No, and that's the thing that I was just thinking about is like, you make a Christian movie now and it feels so preachy and annoying. In this movie, it's just like, it did not feel that way at all. Like, Father Pete just felt like he fit right where he needed to be. I did not feel preachy at all to me.
Like, he's literally preaching in the movie, but it doesn't feel preachy. And I think because it's like set in such a gritty, like real life thing where it's not just like a wonky story with like, see, do this.
Well, we also had such a shared culture back then. Like, pretty much everybody in the country.
Like, even the mob respects the father.
Yeah, everyone in the country spoke English and was Christian.
Right.
So, if someone of God starts to speak to you, you can understand them and you agree with what he's saying.
Right, you all have that familiar background.
Yeah, whereas today someone starts speaking about Jesus in English and half the people in the country don't even understand him. And then another quarter thinks that he's insane because he's talking about God.
Right. That's a good point.
So I think that the shared culture definitely helps. But like, if someone just started going out on the street and just like started talking about Jesus Christ, even people who like were religious probably wouldn't be super excited to like listen to him. But it was just such a common thing back then to everyone believed. It was just part of the water. Like, it was the air that you breathed.
Dude, the accent, come on, it's not a Boston accent. It's a Jersey accent.
Like, you even know the difference.
True. It's all the same to me.
It all sounds cool. It all sounds like they're going to steal from me.
It all sounds like you better do what they say.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get freaking whacked.
Literally. On the day of my daughter's wedding.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of Religion's podcast. We're reviewing iconic films and seeing whether they still work today and breaking down the story, characters, and morality of the film and how they relate to us even. So if you like the podcast, please share it with a friend. It really helps grow the show. And subscribing or commenting also helps with getting this out to more people on the web, aka YouTube, Instagram, other places. So check us out. Real Legends Podcast on YouTube and real.legends.pod on Instagram. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, we'll see you at the cinema concession stand.
Catch you on the flippity flop.